My attitude has always been that cinema is a way of thinking and of seeing things, and that it is not bound by how something is seen. I've seen 30-second commercials that I think are cinema, and I've seen Oscar-winning 2.5-hour films that I think are not. So to me, it is something that the idea of that transcends the medium, any medium, whether it's how it's captured or how it's shown. So I don't really consider something that I've made, for instance, for television, to be any different in my mind than something that I've made that is supposed to be shown in a movie theater. I don't view them differently. I don't assign different weight to them. I don't feel that one is lesser than the other. You could make an argument that in the last 10 years, that TV is more adventurous than movies are. I think the significance of The Sopranos is something that we're going to continue to feel for a long time. I think that what David Chase did in that show is driving everything that's good on television right now, and will continue to do so for a long time. I think that's a complete game changer, that show.
In terms of what?
The re-emergence of the long form narrative. You know, the taking advantage of the fact that there's something that TV can do that movies can't do, and pushing it, really pushing it. I think it's fantastic, and I think it's very attractive. It certainly got me sort of thinking in different terms about, well, if somebody gave me a great book, whether it's a classic or something that just came out and it's 500 pages, I don't necessarily think now, well, how do we jam this into 2 hours? I think, well, let's do a miniseries. Let's do 10 episodes. You know, during Che, we had these conversations a lot, and there were many days where I thought this would be better as 10 one-hour episodes. You know, but we were kind of far down the road. You know, but I often felt that might have been a better way to do it.
And you could do that now. I mean, you could do.
But you could do that now in a theater. This is why I'm frustrated by the exhibition end of things, and why I wish studios could still own theaters, because there are new ways of presenting entertainment that I think aren't being taken advantage of now. First of all, you could absolutely see the revival of the repertory theater now, because the ability to just load something on a server means that an entire generation of moviegoers who have never seen The Godfather on anything but a plasma screen could go and see it on a 50-foot screen on a weekend if some exhibitor said, you know what, this weekend we're showing the Godfather movies all weekend, because it's easy to do. You know, people could start doing that. They haven't, but they could. I don't see any reason why you couldn't have a long-form television show that every Friday night at 7 o'clock in a theater on a big screen you saw the new episode of Breaking Bad or Mad Men or whatever. Why can't you? You know, they're shooting in a way that it would look great on a 50-foot screen. It's not a compromise. Or here's something that I want to do that is easy to do, and I can't believe nobody's done it, is have a movie open, and then the following Friday you announce this is a different cut. If you saw last week's, that wasn't this. And you just keep sort of recalibrating it for a month. So you have like 4 different cuts, and they're all legitimate. You could just totally turn the thing inside out and go, I'm going to completely shift the point of view of this film from this character to this character, just to see what happens. You know, I think I think that would be fascinating.
Yeah, and you could do that on the big screen, and you could do that. It could be it could be another. Yeah. And if you shot that digitally in a green screen, you could have different clothes. You didn't have to really shoot it.
Else.
You could just shoot it. You could, you know, I could shoot this, and one could have a close up on you when you're, you know, the protagonist, and then maybe back here you're just, you know, but I could only just do one shot and just push in, right?
Absolutely.
Right? Go push in 80% on a digital image. And
we have the opportunity, because of the technology, to be more fluid in how we make things, so why shouldn't we be more fluid in the way that we present them? I mean, what would be wrong with that? Maybe I'll try it next year. I got a couple more things to do. Maybe, you know, every Friday every Friday at midnight, let's say, there's a new version. You can go see this version. And then you'll have people who are sort of tracking the differences between the two, and they both still are out there. I don't know. Why not?
Why not? It sounds fun.